Welcome to my class Literary Lessons and Essays. In today's class, we shall look at the portrayal of women in Shakespeare. Shakespeare has portrayed many types of women in his plays. For convenience sake, we shall categorize them into four types, and they are as follows: intellectual and the witty type, romantic and lovable, tragic, and the last type is the aggressive. As the first type, we shall discuss about the intellectual or witty women. They are the favorites of Shakespeare. They play their role in the romantic comedies of Shakespeare. They are witty, intellectual, and deliver sprightly dialogues. They are towering personalities, and their presence weaken the role of their male counterparts. As examples, we have Portia from Merchant of Venice, Rosalind from As You Like It, Viola from Twelfth Night, and Beatrice from Much Ado About Nothing. Portia plays a very important role in The Merchant of Venice. It is she who saves Antonio from the cruel clutches of the Jew Shylock. She disguises as a young lawyer and names herself Balthazar and comes to the court of Venice in order to argue in favor of Antonio, who is in a crucial moment. And here her witty and sprightly dialogues, her defensive arguments save Antonio from the cruel clutches of the Jew Shylock. Even the king could not save Antony from the Jew, but Portia could do it. So, Portia is considered to be the most witty heroine. The others are Rosalind and Viola. Both of them to play a very good role in the respective plays. The next type is the romantic and lovable heroines. These type of heroines are found in many plays of Shakespeare. They are not found in any special genre. For example, we could see Miranda in in a dramatic romance, and Hermia and Helena in a Midsummer Night's Dream. Even some of the tragic heroines such as Ophelia and Juliet can be considered as romantic and lovable heroines too. Here, these type of heroines look very beautiful, and they are representatives of good and virtuous women. They represent all that is good in women. While we consider Miranda, she is very beautiful. At the same time, she is very virtuous. She has all the good characters of a female in her. That is why she is described as perfect and peerless, created of every creature's best. When she sees the people suffering in the vessel, that is in the ship, she suffers with them. When she sees Ferdinand suffering the hardships of her father, she is ready to volunteer herself to protect him. So, at many occasions, we can see this sympathetic nature of Miranda. She is good to the core, and all the other romantic and lovable heroines also have a very good heart. The next type is the tragic women, and they play their role in the tragedies as the topic, or as their title implies, they play their role in the tragedies of Shakespeare. The most important characteristic features of this type of women is that they evoke the sympathy of the readers. They are very innocent and they too are very lovable. At the same time, these heroines suffer for no wrong on their part. If you take these heroines, they are lovable and romantic, but they have to undergo the sufferings because of the wrong done by some other around her, and not because of any wrong on their part. As examples, we can see Desdemona and Cordelia. Desdemona plays her role in Othello and Cordelia in King Lear. Desdemona is a very beautiful and a very lovable girl. She is married to Othello. She and Othello love. Their marriage is a love marriage. They elope and get married. But even after that, since Othello is a black, he is a Moor. His friend Iago can easily instigate him against Desdemona, and he instigates the jealousy in Othello. Now, Othello tortures Desdemona at one occasion because of his jealousy. He doubts Desdemona has a love affair with another man called Cassius. So Desdemona suffers all this very passively. She is not getting any emotional breakup, or she doesn't have any emotions against Othello for the behavior of his for his rude behavior against her. Likewise, we also see Cordelia of King Lear. She is such a genuine character. She is the only truthful daughter of King Lear, but King Lear disinherits her without understanding her true and genuineness, and this results in King Lear being driven away by his two other daughters. That is, King Lear disinherits Cordelia and gives his property to his other two daughters, Goneril and Regan. In the later stages, after some days, King Lear is driven out by his first two daughters, Goneril and Regan. At this juncture, Cordelia comes to the help of King Lear, but she is arrested by the first two daughters and she is sentenced to death. So here we see in Othello, Desdemona is strangled to death by Othello. So in both the cases, both the heroines are so lovable and so good, and they die for no wrong done on their part. So they are categorized as tragic heroines. The next type is the last type, whom we call as the aggressive women. They can also be called as the assertive women. They are a representation of dominant characters, dominant women characters. These, but they are something. They are in many ways different from the witty heroines. The witty heroines are intellectually very good, and they are so good also. But these characters, aggressive women, are not good. They can go to any extreme to achieve their goal. They are mostly cruel and villainous. As examples, we can see Goneril and Regan from King Lear, Lady Macbeth of Macbeth, Cleopatra from Antony and Cleopatra. And here, Cleopatra is considered to be the best example as an aggressive heroine. She is the queen of Egypt. She is deeply erotic, charismatic, theatrical, volatile, temperamental, and generally unclassifiable. When Enobobus describes her, he would say, "Age cannot wither her, nor custom stale her infinite variety. Other women cloy the appetites they feed, but she makes makes hungry where the more she satisfies. Such is the character, such is the variety of Cleopatra. No man is ever satisfied with the beauty of Cleopatra, and she easily exploits her beauty to dominate the great personalities of the great men to adore her. They become just puppets in her hands. If we could see the one of the triumvirate of Europe becoming just a puppet in his hands, he forgets his role, his duties in Rome, forgets his position in Rome, and he just stays in Europe, in Egypt, to cool the whims and fancies of the gypsy, that is Cleopatra. She is a very dominant heroine, and Lady Macbeth is also so very aggressive. She is the one who induces the overvaulting. She is the one who instigates the ambition in Macbeth. She plans the murder of Duncan. She makes everything, she does everything she could do. She goes to the very extreme of unsexing herself for the good of her husband, to make him the king of Scotland. The other two characters, Goneril and Regan, are also very cruel. They take any extreme to achieve their goal. Thus, in this PPT, we have seen the important women characters of Shakespeare and how they are portrayed by Shakespeare. You can find a detailed summary of the women in Shakespeare in the below found link. And for more such PPTs and essays, please like and subscribe this channel. Thank you.